What up, what up, what up? Prime Mega New Trees Up on the fullest trees up. Listen, so something that's been on my mind. It's probably not a typical realm of discussion that I've brought to this channel, but I absolutely think about it all the time. In fact, it is what inspired New Trees, and that is, how do y'all feel about life other than on this planet? Like, do y'all believe that we're the only planet in the solar system, or in the universe, should I say, only planet in the entire universe with life on it? Just curious, and wherever you fall on the spectrum, it's cool. I love the discussion. You can comment below, let me know, I'm just curious because if you've been paying attention a lot to the news lately, and if you go back as far as I do, which is way back, the sources of information have changed. As far as it used to be, things were like done in tabloid or like jokey manners, or you would only find this kind of stuff on places like Unsolved Mystery, what's the other one? Discovery Channel. Only certain topics. Now, this topic is now, if you have noticed, for the past few years, has been on world news, and it's no joking manner. And I noticed the changing from UFOs to UAPs, meaning unidentified flying objects was before, and now it's UAP. Unidentified aerial phenomenon. And so I noticed they use that in order to, I guess, differentiate the times, like the paradigm, to note the paradigm shift. There's coding in there. There's coding in how things are worded now. I noticed that. And recent, as far as up and even as recently, and there's another thing, this world is so busy now, we're all so caught up on social media, we're so jogged up on information that I really believe that we're getting fed information that we wouldn't be able to handle previously, but because now we're so inundated and overstimulated and desensitized that they're literally telling us that we're not alone. If you're paying attention, and maybe that's just me, New York Post posted recently that that there's a Harvard how let me just show you what I'm reading from. And this is from July. There was another one the other day. Of course, I can't find it, but this is from July 23rd. New York Post: rare interstellar object the size of Manhattan could be an alien probe. Harvard scientists. Now, if you don't forget, back in 2017 or 18, they had that object Oumuamua that was spotted outside of our solar system, and it wasn't space debris, it wasn't comet or asteroid, because it actually came in and then slingshot, like it was driven by intelligence somehow. It was guided. It wasn't like just floating around. So that was then, and this is now. And that was July 23rd. Something was just posted the other day, and I'm pretty sure if you're along the algorithms like I am, some of y'all have seen this, but now they're saying that an object could be seen as like I don't want to say alien invasion, but something is due to either land on Earth or pass Earth by November or 2027. I'm hearing so many different dates, but there's something headed this way. And this stuff is printed in world newspapers. Like, this isn't tabloids. Like, this is not the jokey stuff. And I'm just wondering, and I'm like, I remember back when we had COVID, I guess it was a joke, but they were kind of serious that, okay, we've had our pandemic, and now there's going to be aliens and next zombies, or vice versa. And I feel like we are, because we've gone through COVID and that was such a crazy time, I feel like they meaning, I'm guessing, like the powers that be, are maybe becoming comfortable with the fact of sharing with us a little bit more information of things that they may I don't want to say or may not, because they probably do. Things that we've been seeing from the beginning of time that was considered sci-fi fiction, Roswell, Rendlesham Forest. I mean, you name it. I mean, there's movies on it. You can go Close Encounters of the Third Kind all the way down to Fire in the Sky, Communion, you name it. I mean, these things just, since I was a kid, and like I said, it just fascinates me that we are now in a day and time we're literally getting direct information to, whereas I just feel like they think we're ready. But if you notice, like I said, it's direct, but it's not. It's there, but there's coding, there's filler, there's buffers there. They make sure they don't just go right at you with it. It's like, it's given in a tone as if it's like, so what if it's scenario based. It's scenario based information. They don't just go, hey, something's coming. They go, what if we told you that an object is approaching Earth? And what if you notice that, and then you had as recently as last year, the year before, they had the Congress had a hearing on, there was a David Fravor and a few other Navy pilots. That's things has become overwhelming. And it can go on and on and on. I'm just curious. That just drew, the last straw was this most recent post. I can't find it right now, but it was from New York Post, and it was on several news sources as well. But it's like something's headed this way, and somebody put it as an invasion. I don't know. Now, I also understand that there has to be a substantial amount of sensationalism to sell the story. Clickbait, if you will, right? So, I'm just curious, is anybody tuned into the same channel that I am? Call me crazy, call me what you want. And like I said, yes, I am a fanatic for this kind of stuff, because I've always been a believer in that. Me as a God-fearing man, I know God did not. On this planet alone, we don't even know all the living species on this planet alone. Especially the water. The ocean is one of the most unexplored parts that we have. So given that, there's no way I can say in the vastness of space and time and universe, and even the multiple dimensions, that we are the only living intelligent life. That's just me personally. That we can't be, and I just this has been a fascination since I was a kid. You just have a feeling, you've always had that feeling like there's much more here, and knowing that, to me, God being the God that He is, it would be placing a limit upon His power to go, no, He stopped here, that was it. We're just the only stop. Like, no way. Do you know how many galaxies, solar systems there are? You can't even count it. It's just unfathomable. The mathematical quantity that exists out there in the void of space is just, I don't know. I'm just curious, comment below. What do y'all think? Did y'all catch some of this news that we've been getting a lot lately? Don't let us not forget last season with the whole drones and things. And I even said to some people, like, those are not drones. Some of these things are mixing in with drones. But like, we had the pictures of the clouds it was clusters of, I'm like, that is not drones. That ain't no drones. I've seen drones. We've seen drones. Some of the other footage was crazy. But anyway, I just think we're getting signs of something, and whatever it is feels like we're ready to know the information. Other countries, this is not a secret. We seem to be the only country that kind of like still puts a lid on certain things. But Mexico, Russia, Germany, like UK, that stuff is well known. Was that Russia? No, Chernobyl was nuclear. That's right, that was nuclear. But there's still something that went on with that too. Like I said, you got Rendlesham Forest, you got Roswell. And side note, when we went to Arizona a couple years ago, on our way up to the Grand Canyon. Like, I was asleep, but you can kind of like, it's broad daylight, you can kind of like feel a vibe up there. There's, they have Native American tribes up there, but you can feel that there's absolutely a frequency, a vibration up there. You could feel the static, you could feel the electricity. It was in the air. And so I know Arizona is one of those places. Grand Canyon has all these mysterious caverns and different parts. It's so vast and huge in that area, but there's a lot of what they would say mythology that ties along with, or legend that ties with Grand Canyon and stuff like that. But I don't know, I'm just generally curious as to where everybody's mindset is at right now. I'm just curious because I think about these things, and I know I typically don't talk about this kind of stuff, but like I said, the information that we're getting is like, wait a minute, what's on its way? And I'm like, are y'all reading what I'm reading? Like, what do we, I don't know. Again, it's your boy Prob Mega. Comment below. Appreciate y'all, love y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Trees up. Oh, have a blessed week, have a blessed day. Let's get it, y'all. Trees up.